Hello, Daniel Yuck here. Thank you for joining today. I appreciate you, your time, and your support. In this video, I want to talk about how we can go about choosing needles for detailed designs like this. We can see that this design has varying line weights, which I do want to talk all about in this video. Should you have any questions at all, I want to encourage you to please drop a comment below. I'll do my best to assist you in the best possible direction. If you find this video helpful, consider subscribing and giving it a thumbs up, as I would greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, let's dive right on into this. This is a pretty fun and busy design. It is definitely going to require multiple line weights. So you can see that right here on this outer area we have a heavier line weight, and then in the inner areas we have some smaller line weights which would range to like a mid-size. And then if we pay attention, in certain areas we have really fine lines, such as these strings right here, the details on the leather jacket, and then the splits between each of the vinyl records. So right off the bat, I already know that I am going to have to use multiple line weights to accomplish this entire tattoo. Now there's a couple of ways that we could approach it, which I only recommend one of the routes. One way that we could approach it is just simply tattoo the entire thing with one needle. Again, I don't recommend that because this design calls for varying line weights. So if the client agreed to this design right here, then that's what they're going to expect, as opposed to a single bold traditional read throughout the entire tattoo. Another route that we can take is to think about the line weights as we are creating the design. So you can see that this is about the size of my hand. Within this here, it is large enough to have varying line weights. So for me, off the bat, some needles that come to mind are going to be a round shader of any sort. So for example, these outer areas right here, I would use this one, which is roughly, this is an 11 round shader. So I would roughly use a 9 to 11 round shader to accomplish these heavier line weights. Now, a good foolproof way that we can kind of see if we're in the correct ballpark is to actually get the needle, and then you're going to go ahead and kind of push the needle out, and then you're going to want to just place it over the areas, and then we're going to be able to see that the needle lines up perfectly, and you're going to be able to see if it's aligning with the line weight, or if you need to go smaller or larger. The idea is that I'm going to be using an assortment of needles to accomplish this design right here. Now, the fact that I'm going to be depositing different line weights cleanly in certain areas is going to contribute to the read of the design, which is going to give an impression that it's a better quality. If I did this entire design with, let's say, a 9 round liner, it still will come out clean, but it's not going to have as an interesting read when we're using varying line weights. That is in my opinion. Granted, not everyone will agree with that, which I completely understand, but for me, whenever I see designs with varying line weights, shading, and different techniques within one design, it kind of reads for a better read, and it gives the design or tattoo an overall better feel that it's a quality tattoo. Right here I have a 3 round liner. This is going to be a 9 round liner long taper. This is going to be an 11 round liner, and then this is going to be an 11 round shader. I do feel like that would be the assortment of varying needles that I would need to accomplish this design. Right here would be for the round shader. These inner areas right here would be the 11 round liner, and then I would use a 3 round liner for these inner smaller details, and then I would use the 9 round liner for any details like these guitar areas right here, the musical notes. You get the idea. So I feel like, oh, and also I'll use a 14 round shader probably for this outer area, or the 11 round liner. So you can kind of get the idea, because you can see this is a lot more heavier than this side. So I'm just thinking out loud. I do have a good idea as to what I'm going to be using when I'm applying this design, and that right there is the method that I use. I literally just take the needle and I align the needle with the actual design to see if the line weight is close to what I am needing. So you can see that this 9 round liner falls perfect for these inside details, not the outer edge. So the outer edge right here would be better with the 11 round liner, for example. So the 7 round liner can go for these inner details, while this 11 can go for right here. So the idea is to begin to pay attention to where we're going to go ahead and start depositing everything. So the 11 would go right here, as I mentioned. 7 could be like these little inner hair details. And also with the 7 round liner, it's small enough that allows me to sculpt certain areas. So let's say if I needed to sculpt like these fur textures in there, or even these out here, I can do that with a 7 round liner. The point is, I am thinking about my technique, my capabilities, and the results that I want to accomplish while I am picking the needles. So I know majority of this is going to be with lining, what is really going to shine is the varying line weights, and then it's going to have mild shading. So I really need to put more effort into the lining and selecting the correct needles, making sure I apply all the lines cleanly. That is the gist of selecting the right needles for this specific design. If it was a design that required dominantly shading, well, I'd be picking completely different needles to go ahead and help me align with the results that I am trying to accomplish. Now, I know that may be a mouthful to understand there. However, I do feel like this is important to understand. We're definitely going to want to think about the needles as we are creating the design, when we are actually placing it down, and to see the final size, we'll be able to actually pinpoint what needle sizes we are going to need in certain areas. So the idea is to go ahead and select needles that are going to benefit the results that I am trying to get for each and every design that I take on. Don't forget to use the practical method of getting a needle when in doubt, placing it over the area, and you will be able to get a good idea as to if this is the line weight that you should be using for the specific area that you're trying to target. If we keep this simplistic approach, we will be able to pick needles, and it doesn't matter if we're going to be using 4, 8, 10, you get the idea. It really doesn't matter. The process would apply throughout the entire design. So pinpoint an area that you're not sure about, get a line weight, put it close up as you see me doing, and then therefore you can kind of get a good idea as to if this is the ballpark that you should be in or not. Now, I hope that this video can help you. I do hope that you can take this information, immediately apply it to your workflow to improve on your end. Should you have any questions at all, I encourage you to please drop a comment down below. I'm going to do my absolute best to assist in the best possible direction. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, as I would greatly appreciate your support. With that being said, I appreciate you and I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.